Hello, everyone. My name is Mo Zulfikar, and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is John Whitefoot with another exciting income pick. If you want to read more about what John writes on a regular basis, you could head to incomeinvestors.com, or you can find the link to the website in the description below. Oil and gas bears might be a little too bearish. Oil prices have taken a beating of late, but by all accounts, the markets are overreacting and the outlook for crude remains robust. The recent price decline of the West Texas Intermediate and Brent crude came after October 26th, the day that Israel airstrikes on Iran targeted military targets and not the country's oil infrastructure. West Texas Intermediate tumbled more than 6% to near $67 per barrel. Brent, meanwhile, fell to below $72 per barrel. The move lower is hardly surprising, especially when you factor in the big run-up in crude oil prices in early October that pushed West Texas Intermediate to about $75 per barrel. And the recent drop in oil prices has essentially removed the so-called war premium from earlier in the month. While the lackluster demand from China is a factor in recent industry headwinds, there are two big issues that could influence crude oil prices as we head into 2025. One, the US presidential election, and second, a meeting by Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, or OPEC for short, in early December. A Donald Trump victory would be bullish for crude oil, while continued weak oil prices point to lower output from OPEC, both of which point to a higher crude oil prices over the coming months. And now let me be very clear. That doesn't mean oil is going to skyrocket to $90 per barrel. But because of market fundamentals, a range of $75 to $80 a barrel is not out of the question. And this should be good news for oil and gas stocks like Sabine Royalty Trust. They're traded on New York Stock Exchange under symbol SBR. John, what can you tell us about this company?
Yeah, thanks, Mo. Dallas, Texas-based Sabine Royalty Trust is an oil and gas trust that has royalties and mineral interests in producing in undeveloped oil and gas properties located in the southern states like Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and of course, Texas. It was formed back in 1982 by Sabine Corporation, and as a trust, Sabine Royalty is primarily used as a flow-through entity for royalties. Virtually all of the royalty income it receives gets passed on to a unit holder. Now, as a point of interest, when the trust was first formed in 1982, it had estimated reserves of approximately 9 million barrels of oil and 62 billion cubic feet of gas. At the time, the trust was expected to have a lifespan of 9 to 10 years and be fully depleted by 1993. No, that clearly didn't happen. Since then, the trust has produced roughly 24 million barrels of oil and 307 billion cubic feet of gas. And this has resulted in the trust paying out roughly $1.7 billion to unit holders. Now, with current reserve estimates of 7.9 million barrels of oil and 46.4 billion cubic feet of gas remaining, Sabine Trust believes it has its properties have a lifespan of an additional 8 to 10 years.
If you like what you see so far, check out incomeinvestors.com. While you're browsing through the website, you could also sign up for our free special report titled 3 Income Stocks to Own Today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. And now back to the video. And John, I know Sabine Royalty pays a monthly distribution, and in October it announced a cash distribution of 43 cents per unit. Could you elaborate a little bit?
Yeah, are directly dependent upon the price of oil and gas as well as quantities produced and supply and demand. Now, in October, as you noted, Sabine Royalty declared a monthly cash distribution of 0.43584 cents per unit, or $6.06 per unit on an annual basis, for a current forward yield of 9.5%. Now, in September, it announced a payout of 0.42131 per unit. Now the distribution reflects the oil production from July 2024 and gas production from June 2024. So the current price of oil and gas is not reflected in its financial results for at least around 3 months. As expected, the distribution changes from year to year too. So far this year, Sabine Royalty has distributed $4.62 per unit, with 2 months more to report. It appears as though Sabine's annual payout will be less than the $6.38 per share paid out in 2023 and $8.61 per share paid out in 2022. but it's far more, and in many cases double, what it paid out from 2014 through 2021.
Finally, John, Sabine Royalty Stock, how is it doing?
The company's reliable high-yield monthly dividend can help unit holders weather market uncertainty and volatility, which can be reflected in its share price. As of this recording, SBR stock is down 3.7% in 2024, but it has rallied 15.5% over the last 12 months. Now, as of this recording, it's trading at around $60.76 per unit. There's still a lot of potential upside for SBR. The company stock actually hit a record high of $77.59 per share in January of 2023.
John, thank you so much for your insight. Sabine Royalty Trust is an oil and gas midstream company with a reliable monthly dividend. How reliable is the dividend? Sabine continued to reward unit holders through the 2020 health crisis. Sabine Royalty units are also up significantly from where they were before the health crisis of 2020. And since the start of 2020, SBR units have rallied 137%. Sabine Royalty units have underperformed in 2024, but the longer-term outlook for the broader oil and gas industry remains robust. That's it for today, and make sure to go to incomeinvestors.com now to get our free special report on 3 income stocks to own today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. We'll be back with more income picks soon, so stay tuned. And in the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now.